Welcome to episode 8 of Cool Facts. Today we're going to be doing about chips. In Britain, the first mention of chips is to be found in an 1854 recipe book, Shilling Cookery, in which Chef Alex Sawyer referred to a recipe with thin-cut potatoes cooked in oil. Gram for gram, chips contain a quarter of the fat of donuts. The British eat over 2 million tonnes of chips every year. That's 37 kilos for each person every year. Chips are the biggest selling frozen vegetable in the world. There are 8,500 fish and chip shops in the UK. In the 1950s, there were more than 30,000. Nevertheless, Chippies are still the most popular takeaway restaurants in Britain. In Britain, 50% of people put vinegar on our chips, 24% tomato ketchup, 8% brown sauce, 5% mayo and 2% gravy. Only the British sprinkle their chips with vinegar. The French usually have a pinch of salt, the Belgians use mayonnaise, while the Americans use tomato ketchup. At the largest frozen chip factory in Britain, 3.5 tonnes of potatoes are processed every hour. In 1996, the Irish introduced edible bags for chips to cut down on litter. According to someone who ate one, the bags taste a bit like mashed potato. When Arsene Wenger became manager of Arsenal, the first thing he did was to ban chips from the players' diets. American Vogue ran into trouble when it published a recipe that recommended using horse lard to cook tastier chips. 80% of the British population visit fish and chip shops at least once a year. 22% go at least once a week. In the 19th century, fish and chip fryers were social outcasts because of their strong odour frying that stuck to their clothes. Chippies officially remained an offensive trade until 1940. If the fat was not changed every day, the shops smelled awful and were usually confined to the poorer districts of the town. As their popularity grew, however, the equipment and premises became more sophisticated. Chips are a good source of vitamin C and complex carbohydrates in the form of starch. They also provide protein, fibre, iron and other vitamins. Every year, British fish and chip shops chop up 500 pounds of potatoes for chips. That's 1/12 of the potatoes eaten in Britain. The Germans have invented a revolutionary oven that produces a greaseless chip. According to her mother, Carol Vorderman, and her siblings were fed chips every day. The actress Cameron Diaz says she has a love affair with chips, which plays havoc with her skin. I've always been a salty, greasy kind of girl, she declares. Nick Faldo shocked the American golfing establishment when he ordered chips for the 1997 Masters dinner. As defending champion, it was up to him to choose the menu for the past champions' dinner in the Augusta National Clubhouse. After his two previous victories, he had chosen steak and kidney pie and shepherd's pie, but in 1997 he selected fish chips and, of course, mushy peas. Join us next week when we'll be doing about transplants.